Okay, I think the rotor is pretty worn. It's making a weird grinding noise. But it's not a squeak. Okay, what is more economical of a choice to make with the rotors? Do I replace them at $26 each, which I'm focusing on the front two? They're different brakes. They're caliper brakes in the front, and there's drum brakes in the back. I only want to focus on replacing or fixing the front brakes, okay? So the rotor's 26 each, so that's what, 52 for both. I'm looking at that. I'm also looking at the brake pads, which is 42, so 52 and 42, $94 in all. If I got both, everything brand new, okay? So that's an option, but I can also have the rotors, which my problem is that I'm not hearing squeaking, but I'm hearing grinding, and my brake pedal is going up and down. So there's an uneven wear on the rotor, and the brake pads, they look fine, okay? So I could pay for either a new rotor, or I could have them ground, and that's $15 a piece, and it takes 2 hours. Well, I'm homeless, and I'm sitting in, I park in public parking lots, and I don't think they'd like it if I tried to remove them in the O'Reilly. I went to O'Reilly's parking lot, removed them, and had them ground. You know, I have to have them removed somewhere, and then I'd have to be able to have transportation to get to O'Reilly's so they can do the grinding. Alright, and I'm looking at probably trying to hire somebody, and they may not care for sitting around waiting that 2 hours until they could put the ground ones back on. Alright, that 2 hours is really inconvenient. That takes a long time too. 2 hours at $15 a piece. You'd think they would charge more for that. But they say they do it in between customers, and I'm under the impression that they just kind of let the machine work on its own instead of eyeballing things here. So, which is better, to grind or to get new rotors? All right, $10 a piece, $10 a difference per rotor, $20 for both of them is makes the difference. All right, now how do I factor in? I'm not a expert at this. I don't know what factors to consider exactly. One factor could be that the rotors have a 2-year warranty as compared to the brake pads that have a lifetime warranty. Okay, so these brakes are supposed to, I assume, last the life of the car. But the rotors only have 2 years. Now, is that 2 years like it could really break, or is that 2 years and a grind that you might need a grind after 2 years? I'm not sure. The rotors are generally supposed to be better. Like they're not supposed to give as much as the brake pad. The brake pad is supposed to be the softer material. It's ceramic. And I did not ask if the brake pads were ceramic. I think it's assumed that they are, especially for the new models. But you got to make sure of that. But you know, what's the better? I mean, the way it looks is the cheapest route would be to stick with my brake pads because they look fine. Even though I was just told on Craigslist that part of the reason why do rotors grind unevenly in the first place? Why do they wear out unevenly? One guy said that maybe one side, because the brake pads pinch, and maybe one side was only stopping my car or something, causing an uneven wear. Which then he mentioned get brake grease and put that on the caliper bolts, or a high temperature grease, and that's $2. That's pretty cheap. You put it on the caliper bolts. so that they move more freely. But the cheaper option, I could keep my, I'm making up, it's recommended getting new pads. They seem a little pricey, and they have a lifetime warranty. All right, that's a lifetime warranty at O'Reilly's. These pads I have, they should have a lifetime warranty as well, I would think then. I mean, there's a good chance if O'Reilly's has that. But sticking with the brake pads, regrinding the rotor for that'd be $30, and then you have labor. But does labor want to wait 2 hours for that grinding to happen?